Mike Trout is on pace to become one of the best players we have ever seen in Major League history. He has finished first or second in MVP voting in 7 of his 11 seasons. So it's clear that this guy is a generational talent that doesn't come around all that often. Now, when talking about Mike Trout, many people ask themselves, has he wasted his career in Anaheim? And this is a very fair question, as Trout has only made the postseason in 1 out of his 11 big league seasons. To take a closer look at this question, let's rewind back to 2011. This was the year Mike Trout got called up, in which he played in 40 games and only hit .220 with 5 home runs. And for Trout, this was definitely a disappointing debut season, as he was the 25th overall pick, but at the same time, he was still only 19 years old. So there was plenty of time left for this guy to develop. Moving forward to 2012, this is where Trout took the league by storm. He played in 139 games where he hit .326, had 30 home runs, 49 stolen bases, and won the Rookie of the Year award, and also finished second in AL MVP voting. And this season, the Angels were a good baseball team, as they finished with 89 wins but failed to make the postseason. Moving forward to 2013, Trout yet again had another monster season. He played in 157 games, in which he hit .323, had 27 home runs, 33 stolen bases, a .988 OPS, and finished second in the MVP voting. But the Angels regressed from 2012, as in 2013, they only finished with 78 wins. Moving over to 2014, and Mike Trout yet again had another monster year, as he played in 157 games where he hit .287, had 36 home runs, 111 RBIs, 16 stolen bases, a .939 OPS, and he won his first MVP award. And this was the year that the Angels really put it all together, as they won 98 games, which was good enough to land them a spot in the ALDS. They were matched up with a tough test here, as they had to face off against the Kansas City Royals, who just beat the Oakland A's in the wild card game. And the Royals had their way with LA, as they swept them, winning all 3 games to move on to the ALCS. Now moving over to 2015, Mike Trout again had a monster season. He played in 159 games where he had a .299 average, hit 41 home runs, drove in 90, had 11 stolen bases, and a .991 OPS, and he finished second in the American League MVP voting. And the Angels were an okay team, as they won 85 and 77, but this unfortunately was not good enough to get a postseason berth. In 2016, things got worse for the Angels, as they finished with only 74 wins. But Mike Trout was himself, as he had 159 games played where he hit .315, drove in 100 RBIs to go along with 29 home runs and 30 stolen bases, a .991 OPS, and finished first in the American League MVP voting. And up to this point, people were really questioning the teams that were built around Mike Trout, as he was clearly, up to this point in his career, a generational talent who had only made the postseason once in his 6 major league seasons. Moving over to 2017, Mike Trout only played in 114 games, but he did produce, as he hit .306 with 33 home runs, 22 stolen bases, a .1071 OPS, and he finished 4th in the MVP voting. But like previous seasons, the Angels were underwhelming as a team, as they finished with 80 wins and missed out on the postseason. 2018, there's really nothing different here, as the Angels finished again with 80 wins, but Mike Trout was outstanding. He played in 140 games where he hit .312, had 39 home runs, 79 driven in, 24 stolen bases, a .1088 OPS, and finished second in the MVP voting. 2019, another monster year for Mike Trout, where he played in 134 games and had 45 home runs to go along with a .1083 OPS and won the MVP award. But the Angels only finished with a 72-90 record, missing out on the postseason, making it 5 straight seasons of not making the postseason. 2020, the shortened season, the Angels were yet again underwhelming, as they finished with a 26-34 record. But like we've heard many times in this video already, Mike Trout was outstanding, as he played in 53 games where he hit .281 with 17 home runs, 46 driven in, a .993 OPS, and he finished 5th in the MVP voting. And getting on to 2021, this past season, the Angels were underwhelming as they finished with 77 wins and 85 losses. Mike Trout only played in 36 games where he hit .333 with 8 home runs, 18 driven in, a 1090 OPS, and was named to the All-Star team. So after reviewing all of those stats and numbers, it's pretty safe to say the Angels have wasted Mike Trout's prime up to this point. Like I said before, this guy is a generational talent. You don't see a guy like this come around very often, and it is a shame to see him pretty much wasting away on the Angels, who have made the postseason only one time in his career, and when they did make the postseason, they didn't even win a single game. Mike Trout is currently 30 years old, and while he is most definitely going to put together some amazing seasons in his 30s, it's safe to say he is past his athletic prime. Even over the past couple seasons, Trout has played it conservative as he hasn't stolen nearly as many bases as he once did. And as the current Angels roster stands, it doesn't look like they're going to be making the postseason within the next couple seasons. They have surrounded Trout with some superstars like Shohei Ohtani and Anthony Rendon, but outside of them, there is not too much talent on this roster. Their inability to get a solid starting rotation over the past couple seasons is just inexcusable. And going forward, I really hope the Angels pull the trigger and make some moves to make it look like they're trying to make a run at the postseason, because with this current roster, they really have no postseason implications. But there still is some hope left. I mean, Trout is, like I said, only 30 years old. He still has plenty of years left in the tank. You just really have to hope the Angels pull the trigger here and get some more talent around Trout. But anyways, that is going to wrap today's video up. Let me know your thoughts down below, whether you think Trout's career has been wasted or not. And as always, if you guys do enjoy the content, feel free to subscribe. Going to continue to post many more baseball videos here as we head into the off season. Again, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.